Hey, hi everybody. This is Arvind Upadhyay. My name is Arvind Upadhyay, and in this video, I'm talking about why the poor getting poorer and rich are getting richer. So you can search me on Google, and if you're listening this podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, make sure you share with your friends so they can also create the true value with your family and friends. Now the thing is that why I am talking about this subject. I am the author of the more than 20 books related the wealth, money and other things. Now you have to be involved day to day how to create the more money, how to create the wealth, how to get the rich early and good. Now point number one is that poor people want cheapest. Now if you want cheapest anything, you are going to get that particular thing, and you are going to, for getting that particular thing, you are going to do anything. I mean, you are just going to invest lots of your time for that particular thing to get a specific thing. Now if you are getting many time, for example, if you are getting a specific dish or item in your near place in the 15 rupees, and you going for 1 kilometer somewhere else to get that one on the 10 rupees. So the you are getting that lots of the time to get that particular things, and you are troubling a lot of because of getting that particular thing in the cheap way. Now why we think about this? Because we are mostly entrepreneur. They, what they do, they always try to save their time because they think that time is a money. And I always say in my events programs that time is more than money. It is more valuable than money. You can buy the money. I mean, if you have a money, you can do anything. But if you lose your time, you cannot buy that particular time anytime. So money, time is more than money, and you have to save. Where instead of the rich people, they want the value. They follow on experience matter for them, so they focus mostly on the getting the good experience. Whenever they go for anywhere trouble, they necessarily focus about getting the good experience about a particular things. Poor people save where rich people invest. I always talk about this particular thing that you don't need to save money because money can be printed, so you don't have to save the money. You have the one particular things, and that one particular thing is you need to invest your money. If you focus on the saving your money, that is not going to create the true value of your money. But if you invest your money, that is going to create the lots of the value of your money. One of my friend, what he did the use depth for creating wealth for him. Now he was using the bank's loan because bank have a lot of money. So he bought multiple commercial places and gave them for rent, and that places giving them him every per month the specific amount of the money. That is, he told us that that is a real cash flow. Cash is coming to your pocket each month. So this is the way where the poor people always try to save the money in the bank, but where rich people, they use depth, they use money to invest in their business, they invest in their assets. So your focus should be to getting rich is that investing money rather than saving money. Now next point is that poor people buy liabilities and rich people buy assets. Now in many of my podcast, many of my videos, many of my events and training programs, I literally focus on this, that if you want to getting the wealthy early, you want to get the wealthy, then you need to focus on buying the assets, not the liabilities. Now in short, I explaining that what is asset. Asset is something that's making money for you, where the liabilities are something that losing, getting the loss for the money for you. So your focus should be on the fundamental about to creating the asset for you. You think that your house is an asset, your house is a not an asset. You think your car is an asset, that is an liability. You think that my phone is an asset, yes, it's an asset. I am using it to creating the anything that making the money for me. So you have to necessarily think about that. Whatever you are buying, whatever you have, you always focus on buying the asset rather than liabilities. Your first priority should be to buying the asset, not the liabilities. Poor people thinks that I cannot afford it, but rich people think that I can, how I can afford it. So in the book of the rich dad poor dad always say to Robert that I cannot afford it, but where dad said to the Robert that how I can afford it. Your question and your thought should not be like how I can afford, I cannot directly. If you directly saying that I cannot afford it, it's meaning you are just giving up for that particular thing. And if you're giving up that particular, you're not going to try how I can afford it. So your focus should be that how I can solve this problem, how can I afford it, and how that rich people lose money, uh, poor people lose money to influencer, rich people own businesses. So multiple of my programs that I talk about that if you want to get rich, you should have a multiple businesses. In my opinion, if you have a 50 plus businesses and you always try to look that you are broke, you are going to be rich easily. And you have to should follow my rule that having 50 plus businesses to getting the always going to be stable amount and freedom, financial independence, that is going to matter to you a lot. Now the last point is that poor people just go along with the life, where the rich people they take actions, they follow Arvind Upadhyay show podcast, they listen them that creating the value for them. They buy the Arvind Upadhyay books from the Amazon, they buy the Arvind Upadhyay books from the Flipkart and Wikipedia. They search and they use it to create my books that I am guaranteed you that create the real value in your life. If you are big in anywhere, in your confidence, in your personal success, in your professional success, you want to be master in your personal success and professional. If you want to get the mastery for your wealth, for your personal professional life, then you must have the Arvind Upadhyay books. We have a solution of everything. Arvind Upadhyay books is more than 110 books related to everything: personal success, professional success, sales success, financial success, leadership success, and much more. So make sure you follow the Arvind Upadhyay show podcast. You listen it every day and everywhere is available. You know that audio listening is very easy. If you want to listen it, you can listen it on YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube. And one other thing, you have to join my training and development programs that can help and create the value in your life. You have to be join our my virtual program, you have to be with us to create the true value in your life. So thank you so much to listening me.